Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'll be bringing you today's episode. As always, we want to thank all of our fans, our sponsors, our patrons. We appreciate all of your guys' support. Everyone that's bought us a cup of coffee, been greatly appreciated. We've had a rough couple of weeks here in the family, been out of work for a week and a half, coming up on 2 weeks, thanks to our old friend COVID running through us. I don't want to take up a whole lot of time with the usual spiel, so all of you guys that are interested in what's going on with Sin City Living and what we plan on doing in the future with our live streams and upcoming events, please stick around to the end of the video or skip to the end of the video and watch. I will put most of that stuff in the ending spiel, and I will try and update it every week or two with more news. Otherwise, that being said, we're just going to go ahead and jump straight into today's video. So for today's video, I want to respond to some of the emails that I've gotten, just to ask a few more questions about some of the strategies. So I want to show you how to play the mid-press. Okay? How are we going to play the mid-press? So I'm going to start us out on a $10 minimum bet table. Could also start out on a $15 minimum bet table. Either one, but we'll just start out with a $10. And look at how we would mid-press these. All right, so remember the 6 and 8 are going to be the same, 5 and 9 would be the same, 4 and 10 would be the same. So how would we press these? Thank you, by the way, everybody, for the coffees. Very appreciated, especially this month with all the sickness that took us down. We ended up having to use most of those tips from you guys as towards our bills or my son's birthday party, and it's really cool Baby Yoda birthday cake. So thank you everybody very much. All right, so let's take a look. On a mid-press method, right at first, when you're at the $12 mark, you don't have a whole lot of choices except to press one unit. Because with the mid-press, you are trying to collect a little bit. You don't want to do a full press and collect $2. That's not all that much fun. Now, from the $18 mark, you're generally going to go up to 25. Okay? Now, from 25, you'll throw in the $2 so that you can bring up to 42. Now for 42, you don't have to throw in anything because you're going to go up to 60. Here you have choices. I'm going to set up 60 on the 6 as well. Okay. Now choice number 1 that some players will do, they'll throw in $2 and bring their bet up to 72. It's a very viable bet, very common bet as well. I'd say probably 30% of mid-pressers do this. I'm in the other 70%, whereas this 60 pays 70, and I press it 1 unit because we look at the greens as a unit once we are in that level, and I go up to 90. Now from 72, you're going to go up to 90. It pays 80, 84. You're probably going up to 90. Because if you go from 60 to 72, you're a little bit conservative, so you're probably not going up on a big jump at that point. So from 90, this, again, you have options. If you're on the conservative side, you go to 120. If you are on the non-conservative side, you go to 150. Now for most mid-pressers, once they hit the 150 mark, that's where they're going to shift to a power press, or they just start same betting. Because at this point, you're making $175 every time it hits, almost $200 every hit. There's nothing wrong with just same betting and collecting a couple $100. Depends on what your initial buy-in was. If your initial buy-in was like $400 or $500, then if you're collecting a couple $100 every time it hits, you just need another 4 or 5 minute roll, and you've doubled or tripled up your initial buy-in, and you're pretty happy. Hopefully that is your exit point, and you take your money and run. So from here, like I said, I would go to a mid-press. So we would go up to 300. Then from there, we'd go up to 600 and collect the 50. Then from here, we would collect the 100. Go to 1200. From here, we'd collect the 200. Go to 2400. You know, and you might be a table max right here. Might have been a table max at 1200 if you're on a $1,000 table max. Now, what about the 5 and 9? Well, same thing. Initially, throw in $1. You're going to have to press it 1 unit. Now, after that, you'll collect $11. And go up to 25. Now, from here, you got a couple different options. If you got a spare $1, I would throw it in, take you up to 36. If not, you can just go up to 35. The press is still going to be the same on the next one. Next time it hits, you go up to 50. You collect the 36 from 50, throw in 5, collect the $45 or $50 if you threw in 5, go up to 75. Now from 75, this is the point where you have options. So I'll show you what your two options could be. 75 is going to pay you 105. Some people are going to go to 100 and collect the $80. Other people, myself included, are going to go to 125. Why 125? Because of the next press. Because this is the point where I have collected enough that I'm pretty darn happy. Now this is the spot where a lot of people may start same betting. I'm going to get paid 140 here or 175 there. Right? I like the 125 here because now I'm not dealing in the red. Here I'm going to get paid a black, a green, and 3 red. Here I'm going to get paid a black and 3 red, period. That's it. Or black and 3 green. I'm only dealing with greens at this point. Now, this is also the point where I will shift to a power press method. I'm happy with what I've banked. I've banked enough that I'm pretty pleased. If the roll ends right this very second, I'm probably going to color up and go home. So I might as well just go for it. Now, other players are going to just same bet, same bet, same bet, or they might go from 100 to 150 because that would pay 150 for 10, and you would bank your 100. Then from 150, you can go to 200. If you're diehard staying with a mid-press method. Then from 200, you can go to 250, 300, whatever you may want to do. But a lot of players are going to go to a full power press from here. They're going to get paid 200 for a quarter, which pays 175. You're going to go to 300. Right? 300 pays 420. Okay, we're going to throw in a green or throw in a red. Get paid 5 1/4 for 100, and go up to 500. And from here, 500 to 1,000, 1,000 to 2,000. There we go. Now, what about the 4 and 10? Well, the 4 and 10, it's going to depend on whether or not it's a buy, as far as how the very beginning of the roll is going to go. Some places are a buy at $10, some are a buy at $20. Every place that I know of is a buy at $25. So let's look at the 10. We'll work with the 10. So let's assume it's not a buy. So you're going to have to throw in $2 because it pays 18, right? Now, for a mid-press method, some players will get really aggressive and go straight to a quarter, but we're just going to press it that 1 unit like we did everything else and bank the other 15. Now, the next time it rolls, if it's not a buy yet, you got to throw in $3 to get paid 30. Now you'll go to a quarter and you'll collect the other $20. Go ahead and get some change here because you're going to need it. Now from here, as a mid-press method on the 4 and 10, typically you're just going to do a press. You're just going to double your bet every single time. So the next time it hits, you throw in $1, go to 50, collect a green. The next time it hits, you're going to throw in $2, collect $50, go to a black. Now I know most of the time with the other numbers, I always said this is where I would go into a power press situation. However, in this case, I wouldn't, because I've only banked $100. Now, as you guys know, I'm already in a power press from the get-go, but if I'm playing a mid-press method, at this point, I am not going to go into a power press if it hits again. I'm going to stay with a standard press for at least one more hit. So the next time it hits, throw in 5, go to 200, collect a black. Now, at this point, I have collected $200. $200 just off this number. And if this has happened, I've probably collected off some other numbers too. I'm pretty happy with what I've banked. Now I go into a power press situation. Okay? So the next time this hits, I'll throw in my $10. and it pays $400. I'm going to collect 100, go to 5. Now remember, I'm in a power press situation, so the next time it hits, I throw in the green, and I go all the way up to $1,500. The next time it hits, I throw in my 75 if I want, to get paid $3,000. If I'm on a $2,000 max bet table, I bank $2,500. The 4 and 10, they basically escalate very, very fast because of how well they pay. And I most definitely have seen rolls of 8, 9, or 10 of either one of them rolling during the rolls. So it can definitely happen. Again, not super common, but that's why we play this game, right? Because that's the fun of it. So that would be how I played the mid-press and how a lot of people will play the mid-press. So I hope you guys find this interesting or helpful, enlightening, or at least just plain fun or amusing. Thank you guys very much for watching. We will catch you guys next time. Bye now. Okay, everybody, and as promised, all the usual blah blah that I try and do at the beginning of the video, we're going to go ahead and put near the end of the video. And here we go. So thank you, everybody, for your usual patronage. All of you that are patrons of ours, we very, very much appreciate it. Thank you, everybody who's been buying us a cup of coffee. Love to say it's going to coffee right now, but this month with the entire family out for COVID, it's honestly going to Bill's and probably the kid's birthday in a week. But we definitely appreciate it. We're going to continue working on these live streams. I know you guys have seen some of them popping up. Just got to figure out the look of it, and some of the audio is still giving me issues. But hopefully we'll be getting those live streams and the craps tournaments going as soon as possible. Really just going to depend on scheduling. My schedule changed, Amy's schedule changed, kids' school schedule is fun. So once we figure out exactly how all those schedules are going to work, we'll let everybody know. And otherwise, please continue emailing us with anything you would like to see videoed. And again, thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate every single one of you guys. We'll catch you next time. Bye now.